my dear tourist. I am Dazzle 302, your tour guide for today, and it's my pleasure to be of service to you. In this trip, we are going to travel several places in Asia, North America, and South America. I promise you are going to enjoy your stay here in this trip. Are you ready to explore with me, guys? Well, let's get going as we begin our tour in Asia. I'll show you 5 beautiful and stunning places from Unesco Heritage Site. Asia, the world's largest and most diverse continent. It occupies the eastern 4/5 of the giant Eurasian landmass. Asia is more a geographic term than a homogeneous continent, and the use of the term to describe such a vast area always carries the potential of obscuring the enormous diversity among the regions it compasses. Asia is about the highest and the lowest points on the surface on Earth. As the longest coastline by any continent, it's subject overall to the world's widest climatic extremes, and consequently produces the most varied forms of vegetation and animal life on Earth. Pashupatinath Temple, Nepal. This temple was classified as a World Heritage Site in 1979. This extensive Hindu temple precinct is a sprawling collection of temples, ashrams, images, and inscriptions raised over the centuries along the banks of the sacred Bagmati River, and is one of the 7 monument groups in UNESCO's designation of Kathmandu Valley. The temple is one of the Padal Petroshitlam's on the continent. Byblos, Lebanon. The ruins of many successive civilizations are found at Byblos, one of the oldest Phoenician cities inhabited since Neolithic times. It has been closely linked at the legends and histories of the Mediterranean region for thousands of years. Byblos is also directly associated with the history and diffusion of the Phoenician alphabet. Ancient Merv, Turkmenistan. The State Historical and Cultural Park, Ancient Merv, is the oldest and most completely preserved on the oldest cities along the Silk Roads in Central Asia. It is located in the territory of the Meri Vilayet of Turkmenistan. It has supported a series of urban centers since the 3rd millennium BC and played an important role in the history of the East, connected with the unparalleled existence of the cultural landscape and exceptional variety of cultures which existed with the Morghab River oasis being in continually interactions and successive development. Namhansaseong, South Korea. Namhansaseong is a historical fountain fortress city 25 kilometers southeast of Seoul, South Korea. It sits approximately 480 meters above the sea level and is aligned with the ridges of the mountain for maximum defensibility. The fortress, stretching 12 kilometers in length, protect a vast area used as an emergency capital city during the Joseon Dynasty of Korea. The design is based on the fortress architecture of East Asia, embodying aspects of 4 historical cultural styles: the Joseon of Korea, the Asochi Momoyama, period of Japan and Ming and Qing China. Our last destination in Asia is Philippines. Banawi rice terraces in Philippines are terraces that were carved into the mountains of Banawi, Ifugao in the Philippines by the ancestors of Igorot people. The terraces are occasionally called the eighth wonder of the world. It is commonly thought that the terraces were built with minimal equipment, largely by hand. The terraces are located approximately 1,500 meters, 4,900 feet above the sea level. These are fed by an ancient irrigation system from the rainforest above the terraces. It is said that if the steps were put end to the end, it would encircle half of the globe.
This living cultural landscape is nestled into the remote slopes of the Cordillera mountain range in the Philippines.
That includes our tour in the Asia's finest stunning sites. Now, let's travel at the South America, the next continent. South America is the fourth largest of the world's continents. It is the southern portion of the landmass, generally referred to as the New World. The Western Hemisphere, or simply the Americas. The continent is compact and roughly triangular in shape, being broad in north and tapering to a point Cape Horn Keel in the south. I'll show you 5 stunning attractions here. So our first destination in South America is Coffee Cultural Landscape, Colombia. An exceptional example of sustainable and productive cultural landscape that is unique and representative of the tradition that is strong symbol for coffee growing areas worldwide encompasses 6 farming landscapes, which include 18 urban centers on the foothills of the western and central ranges of the Cordillera de los Andes in the west of the country. It reflects a centennial tradition of coffee growing in a small plats in the high forest and the way farmers have adapted cultivation to difficult mountain conditions. The urban areas, mainly situated on the relatively flat tops of hills above sloping coffee fields, are characterized by the architecture of the Antiguan colonization with Spanish influence.
Mi nombre es Orlando Antonio Porras Giraldo y desde la infancia hemos trabajado lo que es la caficultura. La caficultura fue la que ayudó en nuestra forma de avanzar en la vida. Pues yo pienso...
The port and city of Coro, Valenzuela. With its earthen construction unique to the Caribbean, Coro is the only surviving example of a rich fusion of local traditions with Spanish modicar and Dutch architectural techniques, one of the first colonial towns founded in 1527. It has some 602 historic buildings. Brasilia, Brazil. Brasilia, a capital created ex nihilo in the center of the country in 1956, was a landmark in history of the town planning. Urban planner Lucio Costa and architect Oscar Niemeyer intended that every element, from the layout of the residential and administrative districts often compared to the shape of the bird in a flight, to the symmetry of the buildings themselves, should be the harmony with the city's overall design. The official buildings in particular are innovative and imaginative.
Come and explore this inspirational hub of cutting-edge architecture.
Iguazu National Park, Argentina. The semicircular waterfall in the heart of this site is some 80-meter high and 2,700 in the diameter, and it's situated on the basaltic line spanning the border between Argentina and Brazil, made up of many cascades producing vast sprays of water. It is the most spectacular waterfalls in the world. The surrounding of the subtropical rainforest has over 2,000 species of the vascular plants and is home to the typical wildlife of the region: toppers, giant anteaters, howler monkeys, ocelots, jaguars, and caimans.
Even for giant rivers like the Amazon, the journey to the sea is not always smooth or uninterrupted. Iguazu Falls, on the border of Brazil and Argentina, is one of the widest waterfalls in the world.
Our last destination in South America is Peru, historic center of Lima, Peru. Although severely damaged by earthquakes, this city of the kings was until the middle of the 18th century the capital and most important city of the Spanish dominions in South America. Many of its buildings, such as the convent of San Francisco, the largest types in this part of the world, are the result of collaboration between local craftspeople and others from the Old World.
The town founded by a conqueror, historic center of Lima. Lima, the capital of Peru in South America, was founded by Francisco Pizarro, a Spanish conquistador. Plaza de Armas, at the center of the old city, is home to the government palace, built in the Baroque style.
That's all in South America. I hope you're amazed the breathtaking sights we explored. Now let's go on to the final continent, North America. I'll show you 5 stunning sceneries found here, much like as the 2 previous continents. North America continent. Western Hemisphere, the 3rd largest continent on Earth. It lies mostly between the Arctic Circle and the Tropic of the Cancer. It is almost completely surrounded by bodies of water including the Pacific Ocean, the Bering Sea, the Strait, the Arctic Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Caribbean Sea and Gulf of Mexico. Our first destination is in search the site for some remarkable wall paintings inside the ruins, some of which bear well-preserved colors. Cocos National Park, Costa Rica. Cocos Island National Park, located 550 km off the Pacific coast of Costa Rica, is the only island in the tropical Eastern Pacific with a tropical rainforest. Its position as the first point of the contact with the northern equatorial countercurrent and the myriad interactions between the islands and the surrounding marine ecosystem make an area an ideal laboratory for the study of biological processes. The underwater world of the national park has become famous due to the attraction it holds for divers who rate it as one of the best places in the view large pelagic species such as sharks, rays, tuna, and dolphins. Darien National Park, Panama. Darien geographic region of the easternmost ethnos of the Panama that extend into northern western Colombia around the Gulf of Oroba, and forms the psychographic link between the Central and South America, a het pyramid area typified by tropical rainforest, mangrove swamps, and low mountain ranges with cloud forest vegetation. Darien has always been sparsely populated. Blue Hole Natural Monument, Belize. At the center of the lighthouse reef in the world-famous Blue Hole Natural Monument, an incomparable natural wonder and unique driving experience. It may not involve a lot of undersea life, but it remains a recreational driver's best opportunity for a heart-pounding descent into a majestic submarine sinkhole. The chance of spotting circling reef sharks and the occasional hermit further sweeten the deal. Our last destination is the sites worthy of the World Heritage in Bahamas. Inagua National Park, Bahamas. Inagua National Park is located in the Great Inagua Islands and encompasses 32,600. The park features a permanent lake, Lake Rosa with scattered islands, Azalan Lagoon, extensive salt marshes, permanent brackish marks. It is an important area for birding, passage, and wintering for numerous species of water birds, and particularly important for its breeding colony of over 40,000 Caribbean flamingos. The site supports several species of endangered, rare, and endemic reptiles and birds. It is the only wetland of the international importance in Bahamas. So that's all for today's tour. I hope you enjoy exploring with me the amazing and stunning heritage sites in the 3 continents. See you next time. Bye!